Special rest in peace to the wisest man I ever knew, my good brother Quan Lewis. I know you watching over me, King. You'll never be forgotten and you'll always be missed. Peace in paradise. Quan Lewis. Special rest in peace to my little cousin, Grant Brown. You'll always be missed and you'll never, ever be forgotten, bro. I love you and I miss you. Peace in paradise. What's up with your family? It's your boy, the one and only Brenda's baby, Remiel Ma'at. You are now tuned into Ma'at TV. Most of y'all know the routine, but if you don't, remember to hit that like button as you come in. But most importantly, share this video because it's all about the content. If you're new to the channel, it's your first time stopping by, rocking with your boy, do me a favor. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. But do yourself a favor, hit that notification bell to make sure it's on all so you can be alerted and notified whenever I drop this heat. So, but before we get into that, I did some more digging on this whole Miss Pearly situation, and that dude Sarah Garvey did a video speaking on his relationship with her, his little situationship he had going on with her. And boy, oh boy, when he talk about the contracts he be giving them motherfuckers over there, that lady over there running the plantation. That lady over there running the plantation. She over there burning the shit out of them. Wait till y'all hear this shit. I ain't gonna do too much talking. Let's get into it. Where's that first video? Truth about Pearly. The truth about Pearly. Now this is Sarah Garvey. I would see him. Like I said, I never saw the videos until now, and I'm just not it. I never saw the videos until now, but I did used to see clips when I used to watch shorts. You know, traveling, you watching shorts. Them Jones is addictive. I ain't gonna lie. You catch yourself watching one or two, and then next thing you know, you done watch like 50 of them. But I would see her, sprinkle of her in here and there, him too, the bald head guy here. But he finally comes out and talks about his little situation he had with her. I don't know, I didn't know him until now anyway, neither. I would just see him in my timeline and I'd be like, oh, okay. But apparently this lady is allegedly infiltrating the black community to suck it and pump the money out of it. Apparently, allegedly. I don't know. I didn't, I haven't fully dug into this, but I halfway dug into it and I came up with this. And this guy was working with her. I do remember seeing him with her. So we're going to hear what he got to say before we get into Sugarfoot.
Before we even get started,
tell him.
If you have watched 2 or more of our videos and you have not subscribed, then we have what, pal?
Beef.
What do we have?
Beef.
Exactly. So you better get doing that right now. Before we even get started, all right? If you have watched 2 or more of our videos and you have not subscribed,
tell them.
Then we have what, pal?
Beef.
What have we got?
Beef.
Exactly. So you better get doing that right now. Over to you, pal. I'm making this video today that I didn't initially want to make. But there comes a time when we're all at a crossroad and have to make a decision. And sometimes that decision can affect you morally, it can affect you spiritually, and it can affect you financially. But it's a decision that we can't shy away from. Now, recently, Just Pearly Things has been caught up in some controversy. Why? She has interviewed avid racist and known racist Nick Fuentes. He is also an anti-Semite. What did Pearl do when she interviewed him? What she done is that she laughed with him and seems to agree with a lot of his points.
Talk about instances of like when they initially freed the slaves, there were some slaves that felt so indebted to their...
Now, I didn't see this video. If you go back to my live yesterday, I said the same shit. She was laughing. I said the same shit, and I did not see this video until today. Earlier today, when I was looking for something to balance out to the young feral ratchetness. You gotta have some something intellectual to give you some type of brain cells before I burn them out playing this nigga. But I said this. I said, yo, look at her. Look at the smirk on this lady's face. Every time he says some racist shit, she smirks and giggles. He said the same shit.
Owners that they would travel across states to pay them back, and they actually had a really good relationship with them.
Now, if she had said some of these things about the Jewish community, she would have been cancelled in a hot minute. Ask Kyrie Irving. Ask Kanye West. Now, this isn't about the Jewish community. This is about us. Okay? And so after that interview, Pearl decided to make an apology video,
peace and welcome,
which was, in my personal point of view, disingenuous and a PR stunt. And all in all, it came from a place of deception.
Guys, people say that stuff about me. They say I'm sexist. They say I'm a misogynist. And, I really just like to give people the benefit of the doubt when I interview them. I don't go into interviews trying to interrogate someone. I just more try to listen and see where they're coming from.
Bitch, you knew what you was doing. I'm gonna keep saying that shit. I think she knew what she was doing. I think this lady totally knew what she was doing when she invited that man on that show. She knew what she was doing from the very, 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 very get-go. And he's going to explain it. Everybody's saying the same shit. Same shit. I'm hearing the same shit over and over. That's why I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let these guys say it.
In hindsight, that wasn't smart. And in hindsight, I should have had someone, maybe Sarah Garvey, maybe another content creator that could have pushed back more and really was more educated on the topics that he was talking about than I was, because I certainly was not an expert in any of the stuff that he was talking about.
Now, I've been on social media for a while, and I have done interviews with the likes of Tommy Robinson, Sargon of Akkad, politicians like Lee Jasper, and also Lin May, and people from the music industry like So Solid, Mega Man to be exact. Now, Pearl was reacting to my content prior to coming to the UK. And so when she came to the UK, I was very interested in the content that she would actually put out.
Now watch Now watch when you see the content she was putting out before she was just Pearly Things. Watch the titles. She was baiting niggas in from the very, very beginning.
And it just so happened that she was putting out content that I was interested in, similar to what the late great Kevin Samuels actually put out. And I understand it because I myself had been embroiled
Shadow,
in cases and things of that nature when it comes to the mother of my son. And understand that the gynocentric order in which we live in is something that needs to be spoken about. So when she came to London, she said that she wants to make a podcast. And I said, no problem. Okay, let's talk about it. And I decided to feature on her show. Now, when I featured on her show, because of my following in the UK, people would tune in. So essentially, I helped Pearl grow her channel. Okay, I was on there week to week, and I was working with her based on a fee. So the tragic death of Kevin Samuels happened, and there was a vacuum within the manosphere space. Who was it going to be filled by? It was actually filled by just Pearly Things along with other content creators. Now,
that's crazy. So basically what she was doing was she was a Caucasian woman that was regurgitating Kevin Samuels content, but she was like baiting people in, like saying like white girl says this, white woman says that, white woman reacts to this, white woman like reacting to black content, like baiting niggas in from the very beginning. Watch, you gonna see this shit is crazy.
I believe that the reason why this space was filled is because Kevin Samuels had a large following of black men, and these black men were essentially fed up with the way feminism had taken over their community, specifically their women. So when he died, there was a vacuum and a lot of black men looking for content like this, and it was filled by Pearl. And I believe that Pearl rose to fame because she herself was the opposite of what those men had been seeing. She was a white woman. She wasn't the types of women that they had been seeing, and essentially she was regurgitating Kevin Samuels' content. So I began working with Pearl, and from the beginning, I started to think that maybe this girl has a colonial mindset. Now, we all know.
But you know what's crazy about this? I'm gonna say I'm play devil's advocate. All these niggas be knowing that these motherfuckers be foul from the very beginning, but they'll still go and work with them. And then when some shit hit the fan, that's when they want to be like, oh, I knew this from the very beginning. So what the fuck you go and work with them for? That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying she ain't wrong. That's all I'm saying.
That we don't want to be paranoid. So I kept working with her. However, the more I worked with her is the more that I saw. She had a colonial type viewpoint when it came to black people.
I don't know, sis.
I had to school
it's crazy to me too
a few times on what it was like to be black and the black experience, and also what slavery and colonization was actually like. Do you think that historical catastrophes must be compensated for?
No.
No.
That's stupid.
So then, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing.
Yeah.
So then, how come there were groups of people that got compensation then?
How come?
For instance, like Jewish people, Chinese people, Japanese people with the bombs. Like there were groups of people who got compensated.
I don't know.
So it wasn't fair.
What? Well, I'm talking about like when I think about group, I think about reparations. So I mean, maybe if the people were still alive today, like I don't know, maybe. But like,
what? That right there was a red flag right there. Wait, alive today. Wait. Hold on, wait. This what I would have did. she would have said, "What? Maybe if there were a lot today, a lot today. Excuse me, y'all. Bitches, you crazy? Have you lost your motherfucking mind? Oh shit, my mic on." That's exactly how I'd have been cussing her out behind the scenes. Bitches, you crazy?
But when you said historical, I thought you meant like at the past, not the present.
Yeah, so like in the past, so like people talk about slavery. So in the past, you know, the Holocaust happened in the past, you know, the Japanese, but people got compensated for it.
Yeah.
There's a book, right, called How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. And when you read that book, you realize that the whole Industrial Revolution and stuff like that was started because of the colonization. And you just think, well, if you didn't do that, then you wouldn't be as successful.
So what do you mean by the colonization?
So the colonization of Africa, so both the people and the resources, right? There's a direct correlation between the colonization of Africa and the Industrial Revolution.
Okay.
And so with all the metals and the rubber and all this kind of stuff coming from Africa, it fueled the Industrial Revolution of the West.
Wait, so you're saying like in Africa, when you say colonize, you're saying like did England come in and colonize?
Yeah, like so Europe, France, Spain, Portugal.
She American, right? You gonna sit there and act like you don't know nothing about that? You don't know nothing about that? They don't teach that in school? That ain't all through the education? All through American history? You ain't... Bitch... I don't even know when she pissing me off.
England.
And they like enslaved Africans, and that's what you're saying. Okay.
So they enslaved, at least colonized the continent.
Okay.
So when you colonize a continent, then you take ownership of the resources. You're able to gather those resources together and use them to your own benefit.
Right.
And so you gather those resources, use them to your own benefit, and build up your economy.
Right.
All the while messing up the economy of that actual country. Right. So that video was filmed in 2022. And in that video, what you saw was me attempting to tell Pearl and show Pearl what colonization was like. How people went to another group of people and took their resources and took what was theirs and built their empire off of it. So when Pearl now plays like she doesn't know what colonization is, and she doesn't know what slavery is, and she says these insensitive statements, in that video I actually attempted to give her a book. It was called How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. I've read it myself.
You definitely did try to give her a book.
Semi-dismissed that book. She kind of dismissed that book. And then she went on with herself to go and interview a man like Nick Fuentes. Pearl has Africans that work for her. Now, Nigeria has many issues. Now, the disparity in Nigeria has rich and poor people living just on the breadline.
Now, watch how she try to put the Africans against each other, against the black folks in America. Watch how she do. Oh, man, this bitches. Woo! Trigonometry 101. Divide and conquer.
And Pearl has these types of people working for her. They edit her videos. They make her thumbnails.
So, look what I have here. This is evidence to show how hard my Americans work. No, hold on. You forgot, yeah? This is how hard my white Americans work. Oh, yeah, sorry. They're very hard workers. Yeah. I like how they work. My white Americans really work hard. You see that? They inspire us to work hard. No. Do you know what? They don't even inspire. They're working hard for themselves, bro. Okay. You know, they're putting in a lot of work, yeah? They put in a lot of work. My white Americans you guys should work hard. Yeah, you could.
So Pearl has taken people on from Africa, which on the surface looks like a good thing. And I guess it is. Africans are being fed, they're taking money from her, they are feeding their family. amazing. However, with a colonial mindset, this can be quite dangerous. And what happened during that interview with Nick Fuentes was that she used an age-old tactic that colonizers use, which was a divide and rule tactic.
Facts.
She pitted African Americans versus Africans when she spoke about how hard Africans work
Professor
compared
Cupcakes,
to how
what's up?
hard African Americans work. And she also used the term "my Africans."
Facts.
Much of what Pearl says is determined by her management, which she has said to me on many occasions that she shares with Candace Owens. So when you have a colonial mindset and you have a management who tell you what to say, what generally happens, in my personal point of view, and what I actually saw, was that she began to start paying people pittance. She began to start offering contracts to people that owned them, just like a colonial master would. Case.
Divide and conquer, and then ownership. That's exactly what the fuck she was. That's why I said that bitch over there trying to run a plantation. She dividing and conquering, and then putting them on contracts. This bitches, white bitches, evil. Get her out of here. You got to go, Miss Pearly. We gotta give it to Miss Pearly one time. Miss Pearly, Miss Pearly, Miss Pearly, Miss Pearly, Miss Pearly.
You better be careful, little buddy.
Your slip is showing. You got to go. Who mans is this?
Point. Myself and Pearl sat down to have a conversation about me signing to her contractually. And I want to make this very clear.
Talking to my daughter.
I have never signed to the Just Pearly Things network. I have always been an independent. Pearl has known that, and I have known that.
Seth,
and
what's
so
up?
anytime I worked with Pearl, we had agreed a fee, and I worked for that fee. I have never been signed to the Just Pearly contract.
Appreciate it. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
She has signed a few Africans, namely.
Oh wait, damn! I'm missing it. I'm missing it. He talking about the money. Now here, look, he's gonna talk about the contracts and the money. Wait till y'all hear this shit. Here. But you, it's coming. It's coming. Don't worry, transcript. I got you. It's coming. Wait till you hear this shit here.
My Africans. Much of what Pearl says is determined by her management, which she has said to me on many occasions that she shares with Candace Owens. So when you have a colonial mindset and you have a management who tell you what to say, what generally happens, in my personal point of view, and what I actually saw, was that she began to start paying people pittance. She began to start offering contracts to people that owned them, just like a colonial master would.
Them and they channel.
Point. Myself and Pearl sat down to have a conversation about me signing to her contractually. And I want to make this very clear. I have never signed to the Just Pearly Things network. I have always been an independent. Pearl has known that, and I have known that. And so anytime I worked with Pearl, we had agreed a fee, and I worked for that fee. I have never been signed to the Just Pearly Things contracts. However, she has signed a few Africans, namely King Riches and Auntie Jenny. Now, I have no problem with a King Riches or an Auntie Jenny. However, if we look at the contracts that we signed, you would understand the reason why I use the term colonization.
Watch when you hear their contracts. You can be like, if I was them, I would be mad that he told my business. like that. I'll be mad in the motherfucker. I'll be mad in the motherfucker. Wait till y'all hear this shit.
And colonial. Now, myself and Pearl sat down to have a conversation, and she expressed to me that she wanted to do a new segment for her show. In that segment, she said that she would like me to present a topical news show on a day-to-day basis. So I said, okay, no problem. Talk to me. What are we talking about? And she said she would want me within her studio 4 days per week. I said, okay, from what time? She said from 10 in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening. And I said, okay, well, that is 7 hours. I said, so working 4 to 5 days a week for 7 hours is essentially a day job.
Fact.
I said to her, okay, so what is my guaranteed fee then?
She want them in there like a day job. 7 hours, 4 to 5 days a week. In there. Working.
That working 4 to 5 days a week for 7 hours is essentially a day job. I said to her, okay, so what is my guaranteed fee at the end of the month? What is the salary? And she looks at me and she says, we do not do guarantees and we do not do salaries. So I said,
red flag number, red flag. You say what now? You say who now? You don't do what now? Oh, me and my followers got to go. No guaranteed salaries. Wait, but you want me in here 7 hours? You said 4 to 5 days a week? Huh? What Dave Chappelle say? When he's playing Lil Jon? Huh? What? Huh? What? Huh? Facts. You gotta be fucked up. But this not even what I'm talking about.
so if you don't do guarantees, is essentially a day job. I said to her, okay, so what is my guaranteed fee at the end of the month? What is the salary? And she looks at me
Make sure I hit that like
and
button.
she says, we do not do guarantees and we do not do salaries. So I said, so if you don't do guarantees and you don't do salaries, what is it that you actually do? And she said she does percentages. So I said, okay, cool. Well, what's the percentage? She said, Sarah, you're the high end, so you will get 70-30. So I said, fine, okay, let me listen. 70% goes to me and 30% goes to you. Now she looked at me and she said, no, 70% goes to me, Pearl, and 30% goes to me, Sarah Garvey.
Oh, hell no! Did y'all hear that? Let me run that back just in case y'all ain't hear that. Oh,
so
my
I said,
God.
fine, okay, let me listen. 70% goes to me and 30% goes to you. Now she looked at me and she actually do. And she said she does percentages. So I said, okay, cool. Well, what's the percentage? She said, Sarah, you're the high end, so you will get 70-30. So I said, fine, okay, let me listen. 70% goes to me and 30% goes to you. Now she looked at me and she said, no, 70% goes to me, Pearl, and 30% goes to me, Sarah Garvey. Scratching my head. And I said,
Bro, what the fuck? So what she trying to say is 70% of what you make on her channel, the content you make on her channel, and your channel. So if you working and you make your own channel and whatever content you do on other channels, she gets 70% of that, and you get 30. What the fuck? And he said that's the high end. And everybody else over there is on the low end contract.
Hang on a minute. So are you telling me that's a high-end contract for you? She said yes. And I said, so are you saying that just Pearly Things Network has other people on low-end contracts? She said yes. I said King Riches and Auntie Jenny? She said yes. I said, what's the low end? She said it's 10 to 15%. So essentially, she could be owning 80%.
She said the low end. Oh my fucking holy shit! I was thinking like, oh wait, he said, that's 30 for. Oh, you will only get 10%, 15 to 10% of your hard work, and she would take 80 to 90%. So if you bring your followers to her, and you go to other places, do content, you got your own channel, you doing content on there, whatever money you make from either one of those things, whatever you do, anywhere, she get 80 to 90% of that. That's what the contract is over there for them right there, right now. The bull King Riches, that bull that was girlfriend, that was the braces Bull's talking about, his girlfriend, him, not him, the other bull, he on a low end contract. Bruh, she over there running this plantation. That bitch a slave owner. She got to go. She got to go. We got to get her out of there. I don't even fuck with the manosphere, but she got to go.
Of the content.
Empress,
which
what's
is
up? Jaded, what's up?
YouTube
360 deal. Facts.
And
Facts.
Take home 15% of the money. She said yes.
Oh my God, she's raping them. I'm not that. Yeah, that's based. She's R-wording them.
Of the content tracks.
Financially, that is.
She said
financially,
yes. Right,
not sexually. Let's get that clear.
That's when
she is
70% goes to me,
doing them
Pearl,
triple dirty,
and 30% goes to me, Sarah Garvey. And that's when I started scratching my head, and I said, hang on a minute. So are you telling me that's a high-end contract for you? She said yes. And I said, so are you saying that just Pearly Things Network has other people on low-end contracts? She said yes. I said King Riches and Auntie Jenny? She said yes. I said, what's the low end? She said it's 10 to 15%.
Yeah, I heard about
so
that.
So essentially,
10 to 15%.
She could be owning 80% of the content, which is basically the monetized views on somebody's channel, and they only take home 15% of the money? She said yes. I said, Pearl, how long are these contracts for? She said 3 years.
Damn!
So I said, let me get this straight.
Oh my God.
3 years.
YouTube, yo, listen. What I see mostly with YouTubers is they got a hot streak. And it's like like if they do get a hot streak, it's like 3 years. A couple years, 2 to 3 years. So she basically gonna own you during your whole hot streak and get you for all your money. That's right, Dated. Damn! Oh my, yo, this lady is over there. Oh my God, we gotta get her out there. Miss Pearly. What are you doing? He the only nigga that said, no, I'll do some content with you, but you got to pay me by the hour. You got to pay me. Nah, we got to. Damn.
To take 70% of my ad revenue, keep me in your studio from 10 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening for 4 to 5 days a week, and you are not guaranteeing me any money. I said respectfully, for what reason would I work for your company? She said, because we have a great studio.
Because we have a great studio.
Great lighting, and we have great editors that will edit your stuff down. Now, I may be a lot of things, but I'm not an idiot. I may be cool, I may be calm, I may be collected, but I'm not a fool. And essentially, the colonial mindset of Pearl has people working on her quote-unquote plantation for absolute pittance.
I said the same fucking thing. That bitch over there running a plantation. We gotta get her out of here.
A year ago, I suggested to her to look into exactly what colonization was.
JD said she giving out YouTube 360
People
deals.
say that stuff about me. They say I'm sexist. They say I'm a misogynist. And, you know, I really just like to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Damn, Doom,
when I
what's
interview.
up?
I don't go into interviews trying to interrogate someone. I just more try to listen and see where they're coming from. In hindsight, that wasn't smart.
Yeah, I noticed
And
that. Yeah, my notifications ain't going out.
You know, maybe Sarah Garvey, maybe another content creator that could have pushed back more and really was more educated on the topics that he was talking about than I was. I certainly was not an expert in any of the stuff that he was talking.
She baited them into inviting her into the manosphere. She was doing stuff like white girl reacts to this video, like reacting to black content, baiting niggas over to her. But they did invite her. But hey niggas. Hey niggas. She was walking down the street with some booty shorts on and some high heels with her thumb out. Hey niggas. And they bit. She was saying, she was regurgitating Kevin Samuels shit. It was a white woman. Kevin Samuels, and kept right after Kevin Samuels died. She was baiting them in. But they did invite her.
Now, I grew up in a time where there were brilliant R&B girl groups like TLC, and also brilliant R&B artists like Toni Braxton. They both sold millions and millions and millions of records, but they ended up broke. Why? Contracts. They were signed to contracts that did not favor them. And essentially, what Pearl is trying to do is come back in with the same contracts and do the exact same thing to the manosphere and do the exact same thing to the red pill community. Why? Because Kevin Samuels left a gap, and Kevin Samuels' fan base was predominantly black men, and Pearl has come in there and attempted to be top of the food chain. I will not be a part of this game, and I will not be a part of this colony. I have always been an independent. If people in the UK who can actually say and watch all of my content can say that I've been around before Pearl even arrived in the UK, what would I look like signing my life away, essentially, 70% of all I own, to this woman who just arrived in the UK the other day? She said to me that she's actually looking to sign more talent this year. Good for her.
That's what I said. How the fuck is this happening?
I hope they watch this video, and I hope they realize exactly what they will be signing. And I actually hope that this video makes her think about the ways, because essentially I had been with her from the beginning and I had helped grow her channel. And if she could suggest this to me, somebody who helped her grow her channel, then you are nothing to her. I have only given you around 30% of what I know. We haven't even touched on the very odd and weird parties that Pearl likes to invite people to.
So what now?
I was invited to one last year. And
I didn't see this part.
She told me that her manager was coming from America and they were going to have a party. And very interestingly, they said that it was going to be board games. And I said,
what the fuck is going on here?
Playing Monopoly.
The fuck is he doing?
Playing Snakes and Ladders. When I got there and I asked her about the board game, she said, no, a board game. There was a whiteboard in the living room. And what she proposed was that we all have a time on the whiteboard and we do what she says and we talk about certain things which were quite sexual and we put them on the whiteboard. But you know what I saw? I always saw her manager Kobe in the corner filming everything. And we've all spoken amongst ourselves.
Whoa! She tried to hit them with the do-low twist. Oh, she tried to hit them with the do-low twist. I see what she's doing. Get them to do some old weird shit. Film it. Oh, you want to leave? Look at this tape right here. We got you doing some old weird shit. We got you doing some weird shit on tape. You ain't going nowhere, nigga. Oh, man. Pearly, 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 Pearly. You got to go, Pearly, Pearly. Oh, I think Pearly need that shit pie that they gave that lady in that one movie. What's that movie called? You know what I'm talking about, where the lady put her shit in the pie and fed it to the white lady. She need one of those right now. We need to give her one of those. We need to feed it to her and then mush it in her face. We need one of those moments. Another satisfied racial moment. Shout out to him. To that guy, I keep forgetting his name. Oh, The Help. That's what it is.
But then the things that go down about certain things which were quite sexual and we put them on the whiteboard. But you know what I saw? I always saw her manager Kobe in the corner filming everything. And we've all spoken amongst ourselves. We've spoken about Hollywood and the things that go down.
Yep.
And within that party, what I saw was if people were on that board doing very sexual things and doing things while they were drunk, that stuff was being recorded. But we'll speak about it another time.
Okay, I want to ask the man in here. I want to ask the man in here. Okay. Raise your hand if you think women like violence.
That's crazy. That is fucking crazy.
You better be careful, little buddy.